Assalamu alaikum. So in today's video I'm back with another reaction video, and I'm reacting to Dr. Zakir Naik today. His video that's called Eating Pork is Haram in Islam and Christianity, answers by Dr. Zakir Naik. So this is very interesting, so I'm just gonna start this video right now.
My name is Rinida, and I'm a Christian. Since a long time, I've been having conflicts with myself. The questions that I would like to ask today are mostly maybe assumptions or things where I've been influenced from people. My first question, it's about pig. Uh, Basically, I would like to know what exactly is the meaning of haram. Like, is for a religion like Islam, it won't accuse anyone of being wrong, yeah? Uh, it, it wouldn't say something to be so wrong. Why is pig haram? Because I had attended a Christian convention, and over there it was told, there was this priest who was saying that why is pork haram in Islam? He gave an example, saying that the same rubbish, it was used as manure for the plants. The plants, supposing it was a mango tree, the mango grew, the roots had absorbed the same nutrients, the same rubbish, it grew into mango, and we consume it. So how is it different from consuming it in pork and the mango?
This will ask the question that what is the meaning of haram and why is pork haram in Islam? And she gave the example of the priest, a Christian priest who said that manure, which is dirt and filth, is used by the tree grows, and then mango comes and we eat mango. Trying to say that even if you eat the filth of the pork, it may be good for someone else, may not be good for others. That's what he means to say. So in Islam it's haram, but Christianity it's allowed. Sister, first I'll tell you the meaning of haram means prohibited, means forbidden. Haram in Islam means prohibited, it means forbidden. I will answer your question of the priest first, and then I'll come to the real reason why pork is haram. The priest gave the example that manure is supposed to be dirt and filth, is healthy for the tree, and when the tree grows it gives mango and we eat the mango. Trying to say that maybe it's haram for Muslims but good for Christians. If you compare the manure, which is filth for the human beings, it may be good for the plants, because plants and human beings are two different beings. They aren't the same, they are different. But in Islam and Christianity, the human beings are the same. We may follow different religions, but what is good for one human being as a general thing is good for the other human being, unless he has certain problems. For example, if he has diabetes, then sugar may not be good for him, but normally sugar is good, it gives you energy. Unless he has some problem, then it may not be good for him. But as far as general human beings are concerned, the rule for all the human beings, what is good and bad, is the same. So you can't give the example of manure is good for some and not good for other. What we have to see, we have to go to the guide. What does the guide tell us? And we'll try and analyze what does the guide tell us. The guide in Christianity, it is the Bible. The guide in Islam is the Quran. When we read the Quran, there are no less than 4 different places where the Quran says pork is prohibited. Allah says in the Quran, in Surah Baqarah chapter 2 verse 173, in Surah Ma'idah chapter number 5 verse number 3, in Surah Anam chapter number 6 verse number 145, and Surah Nahl chapter number 16 verse number 115, Hurrimat alaykumul maytutu waddamu walamul khinzir, wama uhilla li ghayril bi. Forbidden for you for food are dead meat, blood, the flesh of swine, and any food on which any name besides Allah's name is taken. So your Quran says in no less than 4 different places that eating the flesh of pig, pork, is prohibited. Similarly, if you read the Bible, Bible in no less than 3 different places says pork is prohibited. Bible says in the book of Leviticus, chapter number 11, verse number 7 and 8, that thou shalt not eat the flesh of swine, nor touch its carcass. It's unclean for you.
Interesting.
A similar message is given in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter number 14, verse number 8. Though the swine has cloven foot and it chews not the cud, it is unclean for you. Similarly, it's mentioned in the book of Isaiah, chapter number 65, verse number 2 to 5, that you should not have the flesh of swine. So Bible says in no less than 3 different places that you should not have the flesh of swine. And Jesus Christ, peace be upon him, said in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter number 5, verse number 17 to 20, that think not that I have come to destroy the law of the prophets. I have come not to destroy but to fulfill. For anyone who breaks one of the least commandments shall be called least in the kingdom of heaven. That means if you break one law, one jot or tittle from the Old Testament, you shall not enter Jannah. So as a Christian, if you believe in the Bible, then eating pork is prohibited for you, is forbidden for you, is haram for you. If you are a Muslim, if you believe in the Quran, it is prohibited. If you do not believe in the Bible or do not believe in the Quran, let's analyze what does today's reason and logic and science say about pork. Today's science tells us that if you have the flesh of swine, there are chances that you may have no less than 70 different diseases. You can have pinworm, you can have roundworm. The most dangerous amongst all these diseases, it is tapeworm. It's called as Taenia solium. And it harbors in the intestine and is very long. Even if you cook the food very well, the eggs, the ova of Taenia solium does not die. And from the intestine, via the bloodstream, it can go to almost all the organs of your body. It can enter the eye and cause blindness. It can enter the heart and cause heart attack. It can enter the brain and cause brain damage. And by the time you realize you are suffering from the disease, it's an irreversible damage done. Furthermore, today science tells us that when you eat pork, it is more of fat building material rather than muscle building material. That's the reason most of the people who are regular pig eaters, they have got tires, they have got flaps. Today science tells us that by eating pork, there are high chances of having atherosclerosis. Today science tells us that if you eat pig regularly, you may have hypertension. That's the reason more than 50% of the Americans today, they're suffering from hypertension because most of them are pig eaters. Today science tells us that one of the most filthiest animal on the face of the earth is the pig. Wherever you find dirt and filth, you'll find the pig there. Today science also tells us that pig is one of the most shameless animal on the face of the earth. Pig today is one of the most shameless animal on the face of the earth. It enjoys seeing its spouse, seeing its mate have sex with his friend. In the Western countries, we have dance parties. After dance parties, we are swapping of wives. You sleep with my wife, I sleep with your wife. Do you think it's modest? And there is a scientific thing that you eat pig and you behave like pig.
It's funny.
Hope this answers the question, sister.
That was funny what he said. In the end, many times people say you are what you eat. Of course, like, they don't mean it in like that kind of way. I mean, when people say it, I guess it's more like they mean if you eat unhealthy, then you are unhealthy. But yeah, this was very interesting. And what was interesting about it, for me, the most interesting part was that this is what says in the Bible also, is not only in the Quran. And I feel like if it's in the Bible, why do so few Christians know about it? And why are there so few Christians who don't eat pork? Why do they eat pork,
Why? Why? Why?
So this is something interesting to me because I live in Iceland, where most people are Christians or atheists, and most people do eat pork from what I have seen. I mean, there are people who don't eat meat at all here in Iceland, and there are people who eat meat, and the ones who eat meat, they mostly also eat pork here in Iceland. That is something that is like big here in Iceland. You can find it everywhere easily, and a lot of people here eat it. And I want to say, like, it's not something healthy. You can go to doctor and the doctor will even tell you that is not healthy. Like, this is not something that is something new. We already, all people should know this, that is not healthy and it can give you diseases. And I feel like also there are people who can say, oh, I eat pork, there's nothing wrong with me, I'm healthy. I mean, you can be or look healthy or, you know, think you are fine, but really eating pork is something that can have like slow results. Maybe if you don't have results right now, it can, you know, happen further in your life. I also agree with, if you look at the countries where is the most obesity, where the people are the most obese is in America, North America I mean, and even here in Iceland is a high percentage. And I think that eating pork is like a big part of it. Also, I want to say my own experience, I've never been like someone who loves pork a lot. Even before I was Muslim, it was not so hard for me to stop eating pork. It's something that I don't miss at all. Like, it's something like I feel like if you stop eating it, you will not miss it. After not eating it for like 1 month or 2 months, you will not want to go back to eating it. My own experience is that for me, I start to like not like it at all. Like, the smell is bad. It's just not appetizing at all to me right now. When I see pork, when I feel the smell is very bad. That's how I feel basically, and I just feel like I don't know how I ate it before. It seemed like so long time ago, and also I don't know how I did that, because right now when I just see it or feel the smell, it is just so bad. Like, I cannot imagine ever doing it again. So my advice to everyone is to stop eating pork.
Stop it.
You know, even if you are not Muslim, even Christians, you know, it would be good to stop eating pork. Not only Christians, also, it's just like for every human being in this earth, because this is something that is bad for all of us. And also, if you just like really like feel the smell of bacon, it's just so bad. Like, you know, I work in a place where it's food, where I work with food every day, and many times I feel the smell and it's just so bad that I'm just like so happy I'm not eating that. You know. But yeah, that is my experience anyways, and I really agree with him. He really knows like what he's talking about. He knows that this is something that is bad for us. And also, there are other things that are haram for us to eat that we cannot eat. And also, you know, it is bad for us. You know, like, for example, dog meat and cat meat is also haram. And there are other meats that are haram. And me personally, I don't eat like a lot of meat. I just eat like fish, and I eat chicken and lamb and beef, and that's it. And also, I did agree with him that if you just look at the animal, you know, at pigs, they do eat, you know, their own poo. And they are not very hygienic, you know. These animals are like the least hygienic, and also you can even just feel the smell when you are around pigs. That place is like the worst smell there. Like if you go to the zoo, I remember when I went to the zoo when I was small, I always remember how bad smell there was. Always the place where the pig were, and yeah, that's what I remember. So what I feel is people should think more about what is good for them, what is good for their health, and not just think about what tastes good. Or it's not all about just about taste and what tastes good for you. It is also about your health. It is also about, is this good for me or is this bad for me, and will this make me live longer or shorter? Will this give me a disease or will this not give me any diseases? So these are questions that you can think about before you eat something. And there are so many good things that you can eat in this world. There are so many good food that you don't even need pork. There are so many other food, there are other meat that are much better. So I feel like pork is really not necessary. Even me saying it, who is living in Iceland where there's so much pork, for me, even I can say it, pork is not necessary. I've not eaten pork for years now. So I hope that people really start thinking more about what is good for them, what is healthy for them. But yeah, anyway, I really liked this video. It was interesting and he had a really good answer. So anyways, if you like this video, give this video a thumbs up, and also remember to subscribe for more videos. And then I hope to see you in my next video, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.